And filming.
Okay, so brand new thing, Treadstone Climbing Gym. We now have a new traverse. Well, actually, everything in here is new since the competition. We took everything down off the walls, washed all the holes, put them all back up. So everything in here is new, except for the red roof route. We left that up. There's just so many people trying it. We want that to still be here. But the newest thing that we're psyched about the most is this fluorescent orange traverse, right? We call it vitamin E for endurance. If you do the whole thing, it goes around the entire gym. Okay, so it's 124 moves. If you do the whole thing, it's called vitamin E. It's also broken up into 10 sections that you can do as boulder problems. Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, and so on. So you can do each of those as boulder problems that stand alone. This one, the start of Section 1. The end of Section 1 is right here. You got a start hold for Section 2, Stage 2. That's a boulder problem in itself with this start hold. You got another one over here, another one over there on the blunt arete. When you go through the arch, you don't go through the ceiling unless you just want value added, you know, bonus points. It goes back onto the flat mountain wall on the back because I'm trying to keep this fairly introductory level. There's not a move, there's not a handhold on this entire traverse that's not a friendly handhold. There's not a single move that's more than V3. Most of them are V1 or V0, but it's just how they add up together that makes it pretty challenging. The most difficult and technical part of the entire traverse is the vertical wall on the far side. And in fact, I would even venture to say that the very hardest section is probably on the friction wall on the apron over there that a lot of people consider to be the kid zone. But I've always said that it has everything to do with the course setting, and with this traverse, we've proven it to you. So get on it there. Now, the progression on this, you can do it a couple of ways. If you're trying to train endurance, then by all means get on it and do what I call Zen-durance, and just stay on the wall. And just stay on the wall as long as you can. If you can't make all 124 moves, that's fine. I'd be real surprised if you did. You probably would have to be an 11+ climber to on-site that just first time you tried it. So it is something you should have to work on. So come in here, do it in sections as much, you don't have to start at the beginning every time and just get as far as you can. If you want to vary it up, start in the middle, you know. You don't even have to do a marked boulder problem as far as like one of the sections per se, but that is a good way to go. So just work it in sections until you own those moves, and then just try to piece them together gradually, and just push yourself more and more every time you come in. Okay, you can do that as an endurance workout. You can also do this as a stamina workout. Okay, and the way you would do that is take the individual boulder problems, all 10 of them, and do those individually with 1-minute rests in between. Okay, then we call it vitamin S for stamina. Okay, you do that, you're going to build the endurance. Stamina transfers to endurance very well, and endurance transfers to stamina very well. So if you do the boulder problems, resting just for a minute in between, you're going to get a great stamina workout that is going to translate into really good endurance. That will help you get this push through here. If you ever get vitamin E and do the whole thing in one push, you'll probably be on the wall for about half an hour. And it probably goes at about 11V, right? So that's well into advanced territory, okay? So it's really something to work on. If you want to add bonus points to that, when you get in the arch over here, instead of going back to the mountain wall on the flat area, which by the way is actually pretty challenging, it's got difficult and bumpy moves in it, but you can go through the roof if you want to just do a little something extra, pack a little punch, okay? Now, the stamina workout, once again, 10 boulder problems, 1-minute rest in between. Once you've built that stamina, right, start doing your endurance push, or if you're starting off from scratch trying to do endurance from the get-go, start off with the endurance workout and then go to stamina. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do it in reverse order. Again, they'll translate to each other. A lot of people get endurance and stamina mixed up. Okay, this will illustrate very well for you what the difference between the two is, because stamina is pretty easily defined as repeated efforts with short rest periods. Think of it like this. You got a boxer who does 15 3-minute rounds. Okay? Doing 15 3-minute rounds with a little time in the corner between rounds, sitting on a stool, that's different from doing one 45-minute round of boxing non-stop. That's the difference between stamina and endurance. Okay? What I would also suggest, lastly, is as a progression, If you're doing stamina first and then going into endurance, what I would do then is the first time you try to do it all in one push, do it with any feet. It's going to make the route a lot easier, and it's going to make it something that you don't have to be a 5'11" climber, to get all the way from one end to the other on. Once you can do that, then start working it with the marked feet. Because you know how we course set here. We're not generous with the feet. We do that on purpose. It's going to develop better footwork, better climbing technique, and it's going to develop core strength instead of just finger strength. We don't do the whole thing in here where we set with foot chips and just grab a foot chip and see if you can grab a foot chip that's 5 feet from the next foot chip. All you're going to build that with that kind of a workout is finger strength, and it's not going to be very fun. You won't stick to it, and it's more injury prone, to be honest, too. You're a lot more likely to pull a tendon. Okay, so for all those reasons we don't do it, plus it's more fun, and we build core strength as well as finger strength. So, hey, do the Traverse. Come in here, enjoy it. It's marked with bright orange tape, can't miss it. Have fun with it. I'm Mark with Treadstone TV.